Come with us as we hike around Saguaro National Park, which is split in half by Tucson, so you have West Saguaro and East Saguaro. Obviously, the park is known for its saguaro cactus, which is the largest cactus in the US. What'd you find?
There's a rabies alert.
Ooh.
Foxes, bobcats, or skunks, which we saw none of those at the Desert Museum yesterday, so we're probably not going to see them in the wild either.
No, today would be the day we do see them.
Probably.
Right now we are on the east side of Saguaro National Park, and we are on the trail towards Tanque Verde Peak. We're actually probably just going to make it up to the dome, because it's going to get hot pretty quick today. But in recent reports, we've seen a lot of reptile photos. So hopefully we can see some of them while we're out here.
I think the wind is the only thing keeping us cool right now. Definitely miscalculated on time to wake up this morning because it was wicked hot yesterday, and of course it doesn't cool down as much at night. So keep that in mind when you're doing shoulder season like this. If it's really hot during the day, it's not going to cool down that much at night. We got lucky our first day where it was cooler in the day beforehand. It felt way hotter this morning when we started versus yesterday, and they were at the same time.
It's like 80 degrees at 6:30.
Yeah. And we're turning right. So we've been seeing these little red flowers everywhere, and we learned yesterday that this is another form of cacti called the ocotillo. So this hike has been full of them. None of the other hikes that we've done have had as many ocotillo, so it is really cool to see enough of one cacti compared to just saguaro or anything like that. This park definitely has less saguaro.
Oh man, was it windy at the top, but it felt fantastic. That's a fast way to cool back down. The really cool thing about Saguaro East is the hiking trails go a lot further, so you can really spend a lot of time out here exploring and go on some pretty long distance hikes. I saw one that was like 44 miles, so if you want a really long hike, there you go. What it lacks is saguaros. There's not that many of them here, as you can see. They're kind of sporadic, nothing like the west side. But I'm really enjoying all the rock formations here too. It's very pretty, and there's a lot of really good views as well. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot of wildlife right now. I don't know if it's a wind or we're too early or what. I was hoping for some sort of reptiles, but I haven't even seen the little lizards out either. So a little bummed about that, but maybe on the way down we'll see some. I believe that is the first blooming saguaro we've seen in Saguaro National Park on the east side so far. So we just talked to a couple people, and I guess it's got to be a lot hotter out to see a lot of the snakes and stuff. So probably midday or later in the season you'll be able to see more. But we did see that eastern collared lizard, which is really cool. I guess they're not very common to see around here. And then we're seeing a lot of those little tiny lizards running around too. So if if you want to see more of the reptilian wildlife, you gotta go hang out in the heat.
Might be the most flowers we've seen yet on a saguaro. Impressive.
After our hike, we decided to drive the Cactus Forest Scenic Loop Drive, which is a paved road that's about 8 miles long, and there's a lot of different pullouts that you could do, a lot of little short hikes you can do, and some view spots as well. Even though it's hot, I'm gonna walk around Javelina Rock real quick because maybe I'll get lucky and there's a javelina around here. I don't know, haven't seen one yet, but I've heard they're around here. So fun fact about javelinas is they have terrible eyesight but really good smell. So they can smell you coming from hundreds of yards away. And I figured at this point of the day they're probably hiding in the shade somewhere, so I'm looking for a spot in the rocks that might have shade, but I'm really not seeing anything. So I don't know if they burrow at all or if they like to hide in bushes or what, but I am not having any luck finding them, unfortunately. Found some shade. There's birds hanging out in there, but so far I don't see any big animals. Thought this was interesting. There's some plants that are laid down, and it almost kind of looks like something was resting here. So I don't know if that's an indication there were some around here or not. It's also worth mentioning that even though there's some really long trails here in the east side of the national park, there's a lot of quick little short hikes that you can do right off of the main loop drive too. So you don't have to plan long days out here to do those big hikes. You can do quick little hikes all over the place. That's a really cool vantage point from above the Saguaros. What do you think they put down when it's in the hundreds? Triple digits, baby, which means we are not going hiking, but we will make our way over to the west side of Saguaro National Park and do this Scenic Bajada Loop Drive, which is about a 6-mile drive. And if you do it, you want to make sure you go counterclockwise because it is a one-way, and you don't figure out that it's a one-way until it's too late if you try the clockwise route.
All right, well, that wraps up our day in West Saguaro. And honestly, this is an amazing little drive for accessibility, or if you just need to squeeze one more thing into your day. I'm sure the hiking is great. We unfortunately don't have time in our schedule to do any of the hikes on the west side, but I will say if you want to prioritize hikes, we'll research a little bit more on it, but Sabino was just out of this world. And honestly, it's quiet. It's really quiet in the national park right now, but I can't promise it stays like this always. Sabino, if you hike out even a little bit, you get your peace and quiet. It's not totally crazy the whole time. So I don't know. Pick your battles, right? You never know with national parks versus more public accessible areas. But there is a fee to get into Sabino as well. We were covered by our interagency pass. We always use America the Beautiful. So you're covered if you have that.
Yeah, as you can see, it's triple digits out here, so we aren't gonna hike in that anyways. But Saguaro East, fantastic for hiking. And I would say that the landscape is a lot more unique there too. This you kind of get the same thing over and over. There's a lot more saguaros here than in the east, but I don't think they look as good and as healthy either. So, but yeah, it was nice to come down here to Tucson, check off another national park on the map, and we have a couple more coming up this year that we'll be able to check off as well. So if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you in the next one.